here we go. I was having some technical difficulties. Salute to Knicks Nation. Was good, everybody. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if the audio is too loud, too low. Just give me an audio check real quick before we get into it. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. CP from Knicks Fan TV in here. Salute to everybody in the chat. How's everybody feeling tonight? Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. All right, you guys say the audio sounds good. All right, here we go. Yeah, I was having a ton of technical difficulties. Been a tough week for us this week, man. Tough week for us this week, but hey, you know the ops can't slow us down, man. We'll be back, and we'll be back up to speed in a little bit. No worries about that. All right, so let's get right into this. Knicks lose another one by the score of 115 to 106. All right. Good news is this time of year we'll take the L. All right, we're getting closer to the lottery. We'll take these L's. But you want to see quality. You want to see quality losses. You know what I mean? You want to see these guys playing hard, playing smart. And so in that regard, if you're going to grade this game from a standpoint of either trying to win or a quality loss, here's where things kind of went wrong. Number one, the start of the game. Mike Miller, I've been defending Mike Miller for a while. Since he got here, I've been giving him the benefit of the doubt. I've been defending him. I've been even saying that I'd like to see him get a chance to continue with this team. Tonight, though, against a shorthanded Philly team, no Simmons, no Embiid, shorthanded, and no Taj on the Knicks, but he starts Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis with the start, and then also starts Mo Harkless. Now, Harkless did end up redeeming himself later on, and we'll get to that. But offensively and defensively, Mike Miller put us behind the 8 ball right away. Right away. And so I just did not understand the starting lineups. I didn't understand the rotations. And so right away, the Sixers, right away, their first 10 points was damn near in the paint. Dunking all over us. Inside points right away to start the game off. And so, again, we are not a good come-from-behind team. So you have to put the team in the best position to start off fresh. That means starting Mitch, who had a nice game last night against the Hornets on the defensive end and the offensive end. It means you have ISO Zoe, your hero, one of your heroes, or could have been a hero in that game against Charlotte if they would have won it, who went 6 of 8 last night. He's on the bench. And not only is he on the bench, but as we're struggling from the field in the first 2 quarters, it's Wayne Ellington, it's Reggie Bullock who's been struggling. Ellington hasn't played in the past few games. And these are the guys that's getting the burn over ISO Zoe. Where is Damian Dotson? Oh, here he is. Did not play. Damian Dotson. Let's just take a look at Dot's stats real quick. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. All right. Let's take a look at Dotson. His last 10 games, he's shooting 50% from the field, from three-point land. 50% from three-point land is what Damian Dotson is shooting in his last 10 games. But we want to start Harkless. We want to start Ellington, who has no business playing on this team anymore. Ellington came, he did what he had to do. It wasn't great. Keep it pushing. Thanks for the service. His second tour as a Knick. Maybe you can come back to the barbecue, but that's it. And then he goes back to Bullock, who's been struggling. Reggie Bullock has been struggling, and I like him. But Reggie Bullock has been struggling. Where's he shooting from 3 last 10 games? 35%. He's shooting 35% from 3. What? Now, Harkless got hot. Don't get me wrong. Harkless got hot. But again, why is he starting? He's shooting 28% in his last 10 games. So you have no ISO, who was hot last night. You have no Dotson, who's been hot for the last 2 months from 3. And you're starting Portis, who had one rebound. I'm just not sure what Mike Miller is doing, man. I'm just not sure what he's doing. If you're trying to win the game, you're putting these guys behind the 8 ball. Now, they came back. They were down by 20 at the half. Okay, I could barely watch by the time it got to the half because it was just completely out of control. But by the time the second half turned around, things did start to turn around. You had Harkless 5 for 5 from downtown, going crazy from 3. He finished with a career high 5 3-pointers, 17 points for Harkless. Played well. Julius played well. 30 points, 10 boards, 5 dimes tonight for Julius. He played well. A lot of it was one-on-one ball, but he did what he had to do. You know, there was no inside presence whatsoever for Philly, so Julius took over. You know, KO couldn't guard him, neither could Horford. So Julius did what he had to do. I liked RJ's game tonight as well, 15 points for RJ. You know, listen, offensively wasn't the issue. It was on the defensive end. Could not get the stops. And once again, our calling card. What is our calling card for L's? Number 1, it's a 3-point line. 8 for 23 from downtown, 34%. And the free throw line, 14 for 24. 58% from the stripe. Can't win that way. And you can't come from behind in that way. Pause. And try to win these games. The Knicks are just not. We just don't have the offensive firepower to do so. But they tried. They cut it. They were able to cut it to as little as, I believe, 5 or 6. And that was when, you know, Tobias Harris. We had no answers for Harris all night. And Tobias just killed us once again in the fourth quarter. Knicks made it interesting in the fourth, but Tobias just killed us. And that's where it was, man. They gave Tobias 34 points, 14 and 21. Disgusting. I got a lot of respect for him. Not a max player in my book, but, you know, Tobias, he's a New York guy, Long Island guy, so we respect him. Definitely killed us once again tonight. Been killing us all year. But, you know, again, the where I got to put this game is on Miller for putting us behind the 8 ball with a lousy lineup on both ends of the court. Peyton can't shoot. RJ can't shoot right now. And Harkless, before the third quarter barrage, can't shoot. And then you have Randall and Portis. You know, it just didn't make too much sense. Goes in, starts Mitch in the second half, and what do you know? He starts to patrol the paint. He starts to help him get stops. He starts to send shots back. 3 blocks, 8 boards, 6 points for Mitch. I'm not sure what Miller's doing down this stretch, man. You trying to coach for a job? You trying to coach for a future job? Either way, it's been lousy. Let's just be honest. You know, this was a winnable game. This was definitely a winnable game. So, that's where it is. Knicks lose this one once again. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. CP from Knicks Fan TV. Jay Ellis is, I'm not sure where Jay Ellis is at. Couldn't make it tonight. It's all good. But we are here. My microphone went out. The OG mic went out. But always got to have a backup plan no matter what. So that's what we're doing. So salute to everybody in the chat once again. Now I'm going to try the phones a different way tonight. We're going to try to bootleg it. So let's see if this works. Let me know if you guys can hear the phones. Let's start off with Q. Q, how you feeling, man? Yo.
What's good, CP?
How you feeling, bro?
Yo, what's good, CP?
Yeah, man. What's good, bro?
How you?
Hanging in there, man. Hanging in there.
Man. Yo, man, these ops gotta get shot, man. We can't be doing this, man. We need our channel right.
It's Q. The ops is trying to get us, man.
Oh, man, whatever we need to do, man. Super chats, whatever, man. We gotta do it. We'll stand up for the nation.
Yeah, listen, it's just
it's what it is. Some ops, they can get shot.
It's just a sign. It's just a sign of progress. You know what I mean? If we weren't doing nothing right, this wouldn't be happening. This wasn't happening last year. So, It's just a sign that things are going well, man.
Well, that means, plain and simple, that means we need to go ahead and get those thumbs up, man.
You got to hit that thumbs up button for your boys.
Bust them down, man.
Hit that thumbs up button for your
man.
boys.
We need to do that. Stop fronting, man. It was a little wild up in Jay Ellis' chat, man. It's like Wild Wild West earlier. Cats were saying the craziest things, man. It was one cat was like, "Yo, Knox is good." I was like, "What?" You know what I mean? So I get it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I'm a little, hey, they didn't have Embiid, they didn't have Simmons. I thought at least we were gonna win, but I think Mike Miller's like, man, whatever, man. He just throwing guys in. Harkless, I thought Harkless could defend. He looks horrible.
Yeah, he's been getting cooked. He was getting cooked last night too, man.
Yeah, and RJ's starting to, look like, I'm just gonna do what Randall does. You know what I mean? I'm like, I thought RJ played better D than that. I was a little shocked with him, and RJ's my guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, come on, RJ, don't follow old lazy ass Randall. You know what I mean? So, it bothers me to see a dude that scores, and he only gets assists, like 5 assists, because he passed the ball, out of a double team, at least a couple of times. But, I hate when I see a player like Randall, when you're supposed to be the guy and you have no leadership qualities at all.
Yeah.
I hope Leon Rose comes in here and cleans house, man. I'm going to be honest. Because certain guys just don't need to be around, man.
I agree.
If we had leadership, I bet you we could have won this game. So
yeah.
I think he's going to come in. I think he's going to clean house. He's going to bring his own people in. And it's going to be a mob thing. Dudes are going to get, necktied and, blindfolded and bust in the back of the head. So that's what's going to go down with Leon, man. I can feel it,
I hear you, man.
Shout out to my man Apple, because Apple banned himself from calling in.
Yeah. So
he said he got the scoop on ISO. He said ISO been hanging out with KD all summer, and management felt a little bit shook on that. You know what I mean? They a little bitter on that. So that's what happened to ISO all year. So, a guy like ISO, man, he should be playing, man. This is a guy you bring off the bench, you let him be that sixth man, a la Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford, and let him ball out.
Yeah.
That's the best we can do with something like that.
Especially off the game, especially off the game that he had last night. You figure he would have been one of the first guards off the bench. You have DSJ running around there helter skelter. He was out of there. Unfortunately he was concussed. But I mean, it just didn't make no sense. Then you had Ellington, and then you had, I don't know, man. It made no sense, man. No sense.
Why is Dot? But why is Dot not playing? The Knicks act like that coach that's the worst coach in Knicks history is still coaching. He didn't know the concept of a lineup. You bring out, if Frank could stay healthy, but I don't know, his groin is just trash. But if you think about it, you put a guy like Dot in when he's shooting good. He's a shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a point guard. Peyton's all we got. Just put him in there. But put in Dot as a shooting guard. Put RJ as small forward.
Yeah.
He's a small forward. He's not no shooting guard.
Right. I would have went Peyton if you didn't want to start ISO. I would have went Peyton, Dotson, RJ.
Facts. Because RJ's a small forward. Small forwards in the NBA are usual playmakers. So put RJ there. Go ahead and put Lando, lazy ass Randall at the 4. Like, you can't do nothing about that. And, Taj or Mitch. I would rather Mitch because, just let Mitch get the reps. Let him play. Taj come in, back up, do the cleanup, do the leadership, do that. But why we don't understand the concept of a starting 5?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I have no clue what Miller doing. I like Miller, but, hey, look, Leon's going to come in and Miller's going to get clip, and it is what it is. But it's so quiet, a mob hit's coming.
Yeah.
It's too quiet.
You gotta hope, man, and
man.
appreciate the call, bro. You gotta hope so.
No doubt.
Gotta hope so, man. Thanks for calling in, bro. Yeah, I mean, listen, the new president is coming to town supposedly Sunday, getting ready to start his new job, and like I was telling JLs last night, we need to know what is the direction, what is going to be the plan. Obviously, he's not going to be speaking on personnel, but what is the plan going to be? Who's going to be the GM? We got a lottery coming up. We got a draft to prepare for. You guys heard when Berman came on the show a couple weeks ago. He was saying, there's scouts that they're on the road with that they don't know what their future holds. Are they going to be in the war room coming up in June? Are they still scouting players? Who are they still scouting it for Leon Rose, or just doing their own homework for a future job? Who's the coach? We keep hearing Tibbs. What is the infrastructure going to be from a development standpoint? Are we going to get a real shooting coach in here? You heard RJ's been working with Allen Houston. He was working with his personal shooting coach before that, but the team itself does not have a proper shooting coach. So what is the development philosophy going to be? What is the infrastructure going to be around development? All those things are important. So let's see, man. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. How is that audio in the call? Let me know. My primary setup is a little bit in disarray right now. I got to get a new microphone cord. This one finally zapped out. So once that happens, we should be good to go. I'm just trying to think if there is a... You know what? I think we still... should be good to go. Nah, that's not gonna work. Y'all said it was a little low. Yeah, apologies, man. Just tonight, just bear with it for tonight. Doing the best we can here. Probably gonna be a short show, but we'll get through a couple more calls. JJ from Brooklyn, what's going on, man? You up next, bro?
Yo, what up, bro? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Just chilling. I just want to say, basically, man, like, it's crazy. We're still not starting our young players, specifically Mitch. I see Gibson's out. I'm like, okay, Mitch will finally get to start. No, we're going to start Bobby Portis. Like, it's just crazy to me, man. Like, we have the third worst record, and we're still playing these scrub veterans. Like, what is the direction, man?
Yeah,
like, crazy,
I don't know what Miller's doing, bro. I'm the last couple of games I've been very, very confused with the direction that Miller's going in, even to help his own cause. Forget the young guys. Even to help his own cause, yeah. I don't know what this guy's doing, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, Trier played good the last couple of games. The only reason he played tonight was because Dennis Smith got a concussion. It's like he wasn't even going to play. Not to say he's anything great, but as far as our guard, he could score at least a little bit better than Peyton and Dennis Smith, and it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't even know where we go from here. And let me just make one quick point about Rose.
Yeah, good.
I just feel like all the moves we make, like management-wise, or coaching-wise, or whatever, is to try and get star free agents. Like, we, with more reliably, I feel like we only made him assistant coach to try and bring Durant because he's close with him, and it's like Fizdale. We hired him as a coach because he's friends with players around the league. I feel like it's not the same thing with Rose, because to try and bring in some of his clients, it's like what we're doing isn't working. So we got to just stop trying to hire guys just because we think it's going to bring in star free agents, because it's not working, man.
Hey, listen, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, and I think that Dolan is playing a dangerous game right now with this organization, man. I'm gonna tell you, Dolan is playing a dangerous game with this whole thing. It's a very risky move. You're bringing in a guy with zero experience in building a team. I understand. It's, guys are looking at it as the wave, and the guy from Golden State had experience, and they want to talk about Pelinka and what he's doing. Listen, Rob Pelinka is not developing a team. Rob Pelinka is building a win-now team. Me and you could have brought LeBron James to the Lakers. You know, that wasn't the magic of Rob Pelinka. Like, let's just be real. The AD situation, in typical Laker fashion, he fell into their laps. AD put the gun to New Orleans' head, said, I want to be a Laker, I want to be a Knick. You make the call on the trade. And they went with the proper package, and that was the Lakers. That wasn't Rob Pelinka. You know, I'm not to discredit the guy, but I'm not gonna look at him as some success story in what can be done here. That's completely different. They're not building they're not developing a team. They're trying to win right now, and that started 2 years ago when LeBron signed with them. So this is a very risky thing that Dolan is doing here, and again, you just gotta hope they're doing it. They're putting the team in the best position to succeed. You just gotta hope, and again, that's gonna start with who's gonna be the GM, the coach, the infrastructure. What is Thibodeau? If Thibodeau's the guy, which you're hearing, they're very close to leading towards that way. Is he going for development, or are they gonna try to, you know, flip some guys around and turn into, you know, some sort of win now team? You gotta hope not, man. You gotta hope not. It's a very risky thing that Dolan is doing here. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. We still got about 250 or so people here watching the Nick of Time show. So you guys know where to find us. This is, for me, this is the backup option. Knicks Fan TV live stream is under maintenance, if we could say that. But we're still live on Facebook. Salute to everybody watching on Facebook. Hit that thumbs up. All my Facebook people. Almost tipped my mic over here. And, yeah, everybody watching on Nick of Time show, man. Definitely appreciate everybody's support. A little technical difficulties this week, but we will be back up to speed fairly shortly. So just hang in there, hit that thumbs up. Remember, this show's available in audio podcast format: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, and Stitcher. So just make sure that you guys are tuning in there if you can't watch on Facebook. Lambo, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Yo, what's good, bro?
Hang on one second. You try to talk a little bit louder, bro, because the audio's a little messed up. Go ahead.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear, bro.
Alright. I'm gonna try to stay out of being too negative, but like, I'm gonna take it back just a little bit. Like, I look at talking about the coaching and the team and everything. Like, I look at what Perry and them did, and I was like one of the ones was like looking at it, like some of them was 4 guys, this, that, and the third. They really built a trash team, like, and now we're at a point where things. We're already past rock bottom. With the Leon Rose thing, honestly, I do not believe things are going to get any worse. I'm like 100% sure that things are going to get better. And I kind of question how Perry and Mills was able to even keep the job, especially at this point, looking as bad as a team they built. And I hate to be that negative, but when you look at the standings of where we're at, it's like, they really put together quite a terrible, and of course we could say Dolan, but he's hiring people and they're calling the shots. But we were pretty bad. But moving past that, I think things are only going to get better. There's somebody that was mentioned, because I watch the show all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a person that we could have got that, and I agree with you. But lately, I'm kind of feeling like that CP3 thing, even though his cap was ridiculous, he would have been good for us because he would have been able to facilitate, without Randall being here, he would have been able to facilitate teaching. We wouldn't have been a winning team,
yeah,
but he would have been able to teach and start building the IQ of the players that we have here.
Is that's not a fair? Yeah, that's not a fair critique. I mean, that's not a bad critique. That's not a bad critique, man. Especially CP3 was an all-star this year, man. CP3 was an all-star, so certainly he could have came here and helped. He could have helped develop the young guys. Definitely. I think the contract, people were a little bit scared of the contract, but I mean, he's out. He's playing. He's almost playing to the value of the contract right now.
Yeah, no, I don't believe
anyone could have foresaw that it would have worked for us, or because we're so bad, even with that cap space, it would have developed the team to be in a better space. Somebody else that I feel like would have been good if we could have made it happen was Drummond, because we could use a big guy in the paint. The same way we using Knicks, we could have been using him, and we could have had a solid rotation back and forth. And that was someone else I felt like, would have been good. And one last point with Thibodeau, we got a bunch of young guys who need to run. They need to run and gun. So if he runs hard on them, I don't think it's going to really hurt. That's what they want, but I feel like they just need, which everyone's saying, they need direction. And, this is weird to say, but I was like looking forward to, I've been paying attention to a lot of the point guards that's going into the draft, but we really do need to focus on getting someone on the team with a high IQ. And of course, Thibodeau, I'm hoping he will bring some sort of formation with solid rotations and a real game plan together. But we also need people on the court with some type of relevance to LeBron understands how to win a game and understands where the NBA is and has a really high IQ of not just the basketball playing game, but also of the NBA. We really need a player that understands both worlds and can bring that to our team on the floor. And I don't feel like anyone can do that. RJ is gonna do that, but he's too young and he doesn't have an experience yet.
Need that superstar, man. Appreciate the call, Lambo. Need that superstar. Hey, it's not easy. You talking about LeBron James? That's our generation right there. That's a generational talent of our era. We just lost Kobe. It's LeBron now. Those guys are few and far between. It's few and far between. But again, when you mentioned RJ, whether it's Tibbs, whoever it's gonna be, you want that coach that's going to develop this kid and get the max out of him. All right. Look at what's happening right now with Frank, Dotson, Kevin Knox. Frank and Dotson, the two elder statesmen on this team, the two longest tenured Knicks on this team. They're on their third coach, and they're about to be on their third president. That's crazy. These kids are still in their early 20s. So that's wild. Look at Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox is about to be on his second coach and his second president. It's, we need that stability, man. We need that stability. And so RJ's the most important. RJ's the most important. We got to make sure we take care of this kid, man. I was talking to David Zenon, the trainer. He's out on Twitter, you guys. If you guys follow him, he's going to be coming on the show fairly soon. It's the same thing. Same thing me and him were talking about. We need that stability, man, for this kid. Can't just keep the merry-go-round of coaches and presidents, and that then there's no direction. There's no direction for these kids, and then you have a situation like a Porzingis where the guy's ready to roll. And we don't know whose fault was what, whose side is who. All we know is we had a kid that we just drafted who's coming into his own, who's now no longer here, and had another beastly night last night for the Mavericks. So, let's just see. Lambo's points on Drummond, definitely don't want Drummond. Drummond, forget Drummond. I disagree with that. CP3, maybe, you kind of look at it like, all right, yeah, maybe CP3 would have helped the young guys better this year. Drummond, nah. Drummond, nah. 4 2 times in the chat says you act like RJ putting up 30. He hasn't proved himself. He's a rookie. He's a rookie, bro. How many games has his team played? 60? You talking about a 18-year-old kid, 60 games into his NBA career. He's averaging 13, 5, and 2. Let him grow. Let him cook. Let him work on his jumper. All you guys want these kids to be all-stars in their rookie year. It's not going to work. It doesn't work that way with everybody, man. He's not John Morant. He's not Zion. He's RJ. He's his own guy. Let him be his own guy. But I'll guarantee you, give him 3 to 4 years, he'll be ready to roll. Got to give these guys time to cook, man. Let these kids grow. Stop looking for overnight success. Everybody's situation is completely different. Everybody's situation is different. Zion walked into a ready-made team built off of an Anthony Davis trade with Drew Holiday, a savvy veteran point guard. It's a big difference you got going on over there, man. RJ's in chaos right now in this team. Look at the team that they put around him. You know, let him cook. His jumper's not there, but he will be all right. Jumper wasn't there tonight. He still went 6 for 13, grabbed 6 boards, 5 dimes. Let him cook. He will be okay. But I say that to say that's just one piece that you want to move forward with. I'm not saying that you build around him, but you build with him. And building with him means putting the proper pieces around him, some shooting, space the floor, keep Mitch out there, let Mitch start with him for a little bit, figure out what you're going to do with Randall, bring some more shooting here, and bring in a coach that's going to groom him and take him to the next level. Got to let the kid cook. He's not Kev. I'm not as concerned about RJ as I am about the other ones. Just let him grow. You know, just let him grow, man. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. CP from Knicks Fan TV here checking in. I want to shout out Tristan Perry. What's going on? KR Pocket Rockets in here. AO Pal checking in from LA. Samir, how you feeling? Gooch says he'll be Jahlil Okafor in a few years. You guys are crazy, man. You guys are crazy. Reggie Jones, how you feeling? Adrian Morales, what's going on? Delano, how you feeling? You guys gotta be patient, man. You guys gotta be patient with RJ, man. Be patient with him. He'll be fine. He will be fine. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, man. You gotta be patient with this kid, RJ, man. He's gonna be a leader. He's gonna be a playmaker for this team. Only you just hope that the jumper comes around. That's it. You just hope that the jumper comes around. That's all we talking about here. All right. Who else we got on the line? We have all right, a couple more calls. Delano, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Doing all right, man. Trying to maintain these technical issues here, but yeah, maintain it, man. Just talk up a little louder, as loud as you can.
Yeah, I got you, man. Salute to everybody in the chat as usual, man. Salute to you for holding it down for the Knicks fans. I just want to say, this Leon Rose thing, it seems like no one knows what's really happening. It's like they want to keep a dark cloud over the situation, but it's like everybody knows about it. And look, you know what? The honest to God, just hire me. Just bring me on, okay?
I tell you,
just bring me on. I'll listen. I'll take you and Jay Ellis. I'll bring y'all in. We can turn this team around. Because, like I said, if you're gonna just give the job to novices, at least give it to fans. At least give it to somebody that you don't want to see the team succeed. Because it's baffling. I mean, we sitting here talking about getting new coaches and all this other. Like I said, I think the problem is we looking for big names all the time to cure the ills of all the things that we need. But that's not the answer. Like, big names ain't always going to be the answer. Everybody talking about the whole situation with Kevin Knox and development and all that stuff. But, you know, Kevin Knox got to work, too.
Yeah, Kev wasn't too good tonight, man. 1.8 minutes, 0 for 3 from the field. Kev was pretty lackluster. 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Can't even get the freebies. Your most efficient shot is the free throw line, and the layups, he can't even get those.
I mean, everybody want to get hard on every single thing that RJ's doing. Again, RJ's a rookie. At least we see that RJ wants to be on the floor and be productive in some capacity. He ain't always scoring, but you see the stat sheets are filled. You see that he's trying to impact the game.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, let's not be so hard on RJ, especially because he's a rookie. It took you the last 3 games of Summer League to show that this boy can hoop. I'm still waiting to see what Kevin Knox does outside of the Summer League. I'm still waiting to see what Frank can do outside of FIBA, because that seems to be the only time these guys want to play with some kind of heart, passion, and desire to want to show you that we here and we belong here. I don't see that the 82 games of the regular season. So if we want to be hard on somebody, again, I understand we want the results, but at the same time, we got to at least look at the things that are in front of us. We don't have the same level of patience that we need to have for RJ, and I think that's where we going wrong, because we're so upset with the failed projects that we've been drafting, because that's what the problem is. We've been drafting project players, and we're not a team built for project players. We needed more NBA ready players, and again, there's proof in every single one of these drafts that we pick these project players that somebody has emerged. Again, Donovan Mitchell, and he was a late pick in that lottery, as far as he was the last pick of the lottery. SGA was like the 12th or 13th pick of that lottery that we drafted Knox. And like I said, even though I felt more the need of Michael Porter Jr. or Mikal Bridges because of what he did in college, I can see, okay, well, damn, if we drafted this guy, if we drafted that guy, we gotta be a little bit more smarter with these guys. I want to know how they even pick these guys, because the whole thing with Kevin Knox and how they picked him, he showed out and he asked questions. He wanted to run a scrimmage with like 2 more guys when it was, instead of just practicing by himself. Yeah, but at the end of the day, when the people at the damn draft are telling you his motor's a problem,
that was the flag they should have taken heed of. They should have taken heed of that for sure. Although I think they should have been a bit more cautious. I'm still not mad at the pick, but that was a red flag for sure. That was a red flag, and we all heard about it. Even before they drafted him. So that was a red flag.
And like I said, I'm not saying that he can't be a good player somewhere else, but we were not the team to be drafting projects. We didn't have the personnel to develop these project players, clearly, and it's showing. So I would have rather, again, go on with it. But this is why me and you and Jay Ellis, we need to go ahead and get ourselves in the front office so that way we can make the right decisions, because I don't know what a Leon Rose is going to do. I don't know if Scott Perry is going to be here long term or not. But these guys have already, again, I'm off the wave of the front office. At this point, like I said, just hire me and I'll do something.
There you go, bro.
Be great.
Appreciate the call, man. Delano's campaigning for the job, man. Delano's campaigning for the job. I do hope that when they go in the draft this year, they got 3 picks. I do hope one of those picks turns out to be like a 3 or 4 year guy, and that's ready to go. Now that's who ISO was, right? ISO was a 3-year guy out of Zona. I do hope they pick a 3 or 4 year guy that's very polished and ready to go and be a role player. Now, obviously those guys, when you pick them later on in the draft, they're not going to necessarily be stars, but they're going to be ready to go. You know what I mean? They're going to be ready to go. They have the fundamentals down packed. They're coachable players typically. So I do hope they get a more senior rookie with one of those picks, maybe in the second round or somebody that can come in and contribute. You know what I mean? Somebody that can come in and contribute. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy, CP from Knicks Fan TV, holding it down, solo, dolo, backup microphone and all. It is what it is. Backup channel, backup everything. But we still rolling. We are still rolling. Somebody had mentioned Lamar Peters in the chat. You guys see what Lamar Peters is up to these days? Lamar Peters, 19 dimes last night in Westchester. Look at this move right here. Ooh, got him. Ooh, got him. Catches Hinton diving for the jam. Hey, Lamar Peters is out there balling for Westchester, man. 19 dimes last night. He's playing well. Playing well. I don't know what type of plans they have for him, but Lamar Peters is playing very well, folks. Very well. And Iggy, I think the same game, Iggy chipped in 34. So Iggy's been dropping 30 bombs in Westchester like clockwork. We'll see if he even gets a chance out here. Probably not, because Mo Harkless is running the show here. Reggie Jones, appreciate it, Reggie Jones. Salute to Reggie Jones, man. You look like you're new in the chat. If you're new in the chat, leave me a hashtag new. I'll shout you guys out. Also, 30 cities in the chat, man. Where you guys checking in from? Let me know. This is from my Instagram account. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you do so. We got a lot of cool content on the Instagram page. You get to see a little bit of behind the scenes stuff going on. Make sure you follow me on all the channels, man. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That way you stay informed. That way you know if we got to move a certain way, just in case, if the ops trying to get us, you got to stay informed. Stay informed. We also have a mailing list as well. I don't know if I have the links in the chat to that, but I will put that up in a future show as well, man. In a future show, I will throw that up. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let's see where some of you guys are checking in from. We got Class Initials, hashtag new from Las Vegas. Salute to Las Vegas. If you're a Knicks fan, you're going to be out there for Summer League. Hopefully we'll make it out there this summer and check out Lamar Peters, the future rookie, RJ. Summer League should be turned up this year as well, so looking forward to that. Sheldon Cunningham checking in from Buffalo. Shout out Sheldon, how you feeling? Who else we got in here? We have Reggie, what up? Lockie Whitaker checking in from Australia. Shout out Lockie. Bad Book checking in from Iowa. We got Above the Rim checking in from Lower Marion, Kobe's territory. Rest in peace to Kobe. Jerry Vade checking in from Tempe, Arizona. So salute to all you guys, man. All right, couple more calls. Dan from Long Island. Dan, how you feeling, man?
Hey, what's good, T, man? How's everything?
Good, man. How you feeling, man? Just turn your volume up and just talk a little bit louder if you could.
All right, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I've been so bent after all these losses. I agree with almost everything your last caller said, except you can't talk about the draft and about missing and not mention that last year we got Mitchell Robinson in the second round. That's my only thing. We did get a gift, right, with Mitchell Robinson.
We did.
So whether we got lucky or whether that was great, a great selection, I don't know. But you got to if you're gonna criticize the squad, you got to give the front office credit for that.
True.
But I do agree with CP, you know better than anybody because you talk to the fans. The frustration is it's not just we've been unlucky as a franchise. It's hard when you're the worst team in the league and you get the third pick, and the first two guys who go before him are NBA ready today, all-star caliber players.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, and you get a guy who I'm not. Listen, you're right. We gotta stick with RJ. He's good. He's a very good player. But you gotta understand why the fans get bent. We haven't been waiting 2 years. We've been waiting 20.
True.
And it's
true.
like I can understand the frustration when you look at Knox. Right, last year at this time, we were all hyped on Knox. He was playing well. He was aggressive. He was going to the rim. He was showing you a jump shot. He was dropping dimes. He actually played a little defense, or he was at least recognized. He wasn't great, but he was at least recognizing his defensive responsibilities. He's gone backwards. So I understand the fan base is bent. How could you not be? He went backwards. And I ain't saying you talk about instability.
changing coaches is not why he went this far backwards.
No. I wouldn't say that, but I'm sure it's not helping him either. You know what I mean? Especially with the minutes going back and forth.
No, I don't disagree, but he looks like a shell of himself. He does not look like the same player from last March, and I don't blame that on the head coach. I don't blame the fact. I blame that on the young man because he's training, he's working with his guys all summer. Maybe he's not ready between the ears for the NBA. I don't know. Again, I know he's a kid, he's young, but my point is, I can understand why Knicks fans we get all hyped up. Where's Wooten? I don't hear anybody calling for Wooten anymore, right? 2 months ago, everybody going crazy for Wooten, and then now we want Peters. Now we just want something.
we want something, man. Something shiny, something new, something to get to root for.
Yes. I mean, can you imagine? We're watching this. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. But I do agree with one thing the other call said is, and what you said, we need somebody NBA ready, or at least a 4-year guy late in the first, early second, like a kid like that kid Garza from Iowa, someone who's been somewhere for 4 years, who's an all-conference player, who could come into the league, give us 18 solid minutes, who's under the age of 24, 25. And I want to say this last thing because I have been wrong about one thing, because I've been part of I know people in the chat been saying, how about all those guys who were hyped with Miller? I'm one of those guys. I'm so happy about Miller until since the Mook trade, I thought that we were going to transition to playing the kids. And to see Mo Harkless, and I love the guy, I love St. John's and all, but to see Mo Harkless grabbing minutes, to see, Trier last night did something. Trier today, I thought played okay, but, Bullock tonight, what was he, like, minus 14? I don't even know.
Yeah,
and like to have these guys, running these guys out there for what? Why are we running out there? Dotson, what did Dotson do? He caught the flu, and all of a sudden he can't get back on the court.
I don't know, man.
And I don't know what Miller's doing, but I'll tell you this: I really thought originally he was going to set himself up for another job if he didn't get this one. I'll tell you right now, anybody watching this and watching him right now has to be asking themselves, what is he thinking about? And the reason why I know the team is a rudderless ship is I cannot believe that Scott Perry or Rose is telling him to run it this way. I can't believe that. I have to think, and if you're allowing Mike Miller, who's a temporary guy, to make all decisions about play development going forward, and we're giving up 3 or 4 months because Mike Miller thinks that by playing Mo Harkless, he might get his chance, as an assistant coach job in Memphis. I don't know what he's thinking about. I think that's a mistake. Anyway, listen, CP, thanks for letting me blow some steam, man, because this loser streak's killing me. And keep up the good work. Right?
Appreciate it, Dan. Talk to you, man. Appreciate it. Hang in there, bro. Yes, it's rough, man. But Dan hit it on the head. You got to get lucky to in this league. Absolutely. I do preach that patience with RJ, but I definitely understand it. You got to get lucky, man. It's the NBA. NBA is the hardest league to build a championship contender. You know that. Look at football. Look how many, if you're a football fan, look how many different champions that you've had in the last 3 years. Yes, Patriots have had their dynasty. They won. You had Kansas City just win. You had the Eagles just win. You had the Rams get to the championship. You had the 49ers come from 0 to the top in about, it took them a while. Niners were trash for a while, but football is much, much easier. Baseball is much, much easier to get to the top, man. And basketball, it's that 1 or 2 guys that you need. And as Dan hit it, how do we end up with the worst record last year, picking third? Pelicans won 13 more games. They pick first. They have Anthony Davis, who was another top pick, flipped them for some more pieces, and now they're ready to roll. So it's tough, man. It's tough. You got to get lucky. It's the luck of the draw with basketball. We could go to the Tankathon right now. Knicks could finish 5th and still get the first pick, or they drop tonight. It's just just how it works, man. It's a very difficult thing to do in terms of building a championship. But then how do you explain the Raptors, who, You look at their championship team last year, and most of those guys weren't even lottery picks. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But you just, at the end of the day, to boil it down to the simplistic form, you need 5 guys that can play together, that complement each other, that can play defense. Most of them that can shoot. and then we start from there, man. As simplistic as you can get it. All right. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Shout out to Rare Form. How you feeling? James Lanier said, yeah, they did have Kawhi. Yeah, look where Kawhi Leonard was drafted, though. That's my point. Look where he was drafted. No one knew Kawhi Leonard was going to turn into this. At least I didn't. Maybe you did if you're a diehard college basketball and you can, speculate on those things down the road. But I didn't even know about Kawhi Leonard until he got to the league. So, and he had the good fortune of starting with the Spurs. If Kawhi Leonard had stayed with the Pacers, if he had been in the Bucks, would he still be the same guy? Who knows? Who knows? All right, closer of the night, Nate from Rochester. Nate, how you feeling, man?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Good, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, I know you, just a quick little draft thing. I know you said you wanted somebody that's, ready out the box. I think, the only one I can really think of is, Obi Toppin. I'm blanking on his school,
Dayton.
He's yeah. But we already have Julius Randle, I guess, so I don't think we'll go for him.
Yeah, I'll pass.
I think he'd be good.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks like an Amari prototype for sure. He does.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to touch on the direction of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's so hard to pin down because everybody, we all want to say, is it the players, is it the front office, or is it the coach? And the reason why it's so hard to pin down is because we cycle out a roster, a coach, and our front office every 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So when you cycle each one out, which one's the source? We don't know what the problem is.
Chicken
and I'm still of the opinion that it starts at the player talent, really.
Sure.
Because it's hard for me to believe that every coach doesn't know how to manage rotations, or they don't know who to play. There's always so many things you can do. Basketball coaching, I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah.
But it comes down to the players at the end of the day.
Right, but that's why. I think you had made this point a while back. That's why every coach from Woodson to everyone on down has had problems with rotations because we've had mediocre players from that time on down. I'm talking about after Knicks tape. If you start from 2014 to now, the last 6 years, we've had nothing but mediocre players on these rosters.
It's funny. We actually had a guy who might have had star potential. We ended up trading him.
Yeah, traded him. The guy who would have been perfect with RJ, and we end up trading him.
Yeah, but I guess my thing is, I guess you're saying we have to be patient with RJ and with all these other players, and that's true. I'm not saying you're wrong on that, but it's not going to go anywhere until we get that superstar talent. Of course, in my opinion.
Of course,
the way our team is structured right now, we can't develop a team like Toronto. When I think teams, I think Toronto, Indiana, Miami. Those are machines. Everybody plays a part. And what we have here, nobody knows what they're doing. And our front office always brings in guys that as Julius Randle, I don't think he's been terrible, but he doesn't help any of our young players. I don't think Alfred Payton's is mentoring or showing the right things to do, I guess. So at the end of the day, do you put that on Alfred Payton and Julius Randle for existing? Because they got offered the contract by the front office. So it's just hard, man. There's so many things wrong top down, and the only way I think that gets better is if we get a LeBron James, Zion Williamson type talent. Yeah. And that's just based on luck, pretty much. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Need that generational talent, Nate. You hit it on the head, man. Need that generational talent. This was a difficult year just because, if you look at the guys that they brought in, a lot of these guys know that their future is not going to be long term here. So I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes, if they're how together they are or how invested they are in the young guys and the RJ or so on and so forth. But it's hard to ask these guys to do that when they're trying to work on their next long-term contract or their next deal, or you know what I mean? A lot of these guys, naturally, you're going to be looking out for self. Now, they gave Mook a lot of credit for being that locker room guy, being that glue piece to bring people together. But he's a pro. You know, he's a pro, and he's a mature player in that regard. But you know, Peyton, I wouldn't expect much out of him. You see him and RJ look like they're not really on the same page on a nightly basis. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But I definitely agree. We still need that franchise talent. But I just say with RJ, I just say he's one of the three, right? You need three guys that you can depend on a nightly basis. And I just think RJ is going to be one of those three players going forward.
I see that. And then real quick on the RJ thing, he says he likes to play with Frank a lot. He puts that into the media. I think there's a reason why. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly, man. Well, Frank got to get healthy, man. You know, Frank.
I don't know, man. That groin, man. Always a groin.
Frank got to get healthy. We got to get some super chat. Appreciate the call, Nick. We got to get some super chats for Frank, man. Heal up that groin, get him a groin transplant or something. Because that is, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him go get surgery or something this off season, because how is that ever going to get better? I'm not so sure. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Right now, RJ's here. And let's go forward. But yeah, he did say he likes to play with Frank. We want to see. I want to see a little bit more of that Frank, RJ, Dotson, dynamic going on. Some of you guys think Randall will be a goner. We'll see what Rose does. We'll see what Rose does. He doesn't have a connection with Rose per se. He's on a 3-year deal, 2-year guaranteed, third year's an option. So maybe it's just last year bust, but they got to figure out how that's going to work. Got to figure out that dynamic. Maybe try to bring Randall off the bench. Will they make that, be stern and make that move? On the flip side, Randall's the best player on the team right now. How do you deal with taking that scoring out of the lineup? You better be sure that you're going to replace that with a stretch 4 or a consistent scoring option, or else your scoring is really going to hit the tank. Tricky situation right now, but they're building, or you hope that they're building. We'll see what Rose is doing. We hope that they're building, man. Yeah, man. These are some for those of you watching on YouTube. These are some never before seen RJ clips. Don't worry about these highlights. These I have the rights to. The other ones have been so in terms of that. So that's why we got into the issues. But these I have the rights to, based on my partnership with the league. But we got to work on the other ones to make sure that we don't get flagged for those. But just a little minor setback for a major comeback, as Q said and all you guys said. But definitely appreciate everybody for coming through and rocking with your boy for tonight. Another tough loss, but listen, man, the one thing about this fan base is that we're loyal. We stick it through no matter what. And that's always appreciated, man. Always appreciated. So, without further ado, I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you guys on Saturday night. Knicks versus Bulls at MSG. Let's go. Bad Book 1. Bad Book 1, a Bulls fan. Bad Book 1, what are you going to do, man? Are you going to be tuning in? Are you going to be rooting for the Bulls? What are you going to be doing, man? What are you going to be doing? He says, CP, you're ready. Knicks versus Bulls. Salute to all the Knicks fans. Good luck. Let's have a good game. say you can win. So, salute to you guys. Salute to everybody that tuned in tonight, man. Definitely appreciate the patience through the technical difficulties and all. Salute to Vegan X, Ayo Pal, appreciate it. James Lanier, definitely appreciate it. Pranav, all the mods, TM, everybody. Rome, definitely appreciate it. Dave, Delano, all you guys, man. Rare Form, appreciate it. And yeah, man, you guys have a good night. Great weekend. Salute to everybody once again, and we'll see you Saturday. Early one around 8 p.m. So stay tuned for that. And tomorrow or Saturday, I'm going to try to do it for tomorrow night. We're going to be celebrating Anthony Mason's legacy and his career. Anthony Mason was one of my favorite players. I'm working on a real dope documentary style, so check back on the Knicks Fan TV page at some point this weekend. I will be premiering it, and just let me know what you guys think, man. For some of you old school fans like myself, it'll be a nice blast from the past, never before seen clips, some old footage that I haven't seen in a while. So rest in peace to Mason. It's the 5-year anniversary of his passing tomorrow. Definitely don't want to forget that. And yeah, man, on that note, I'm signing out of here. See you guys, man. Peace.